Hey everyone, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a video doing an unboxing, review, and installation of the Mosiso Hard Shell Case for the MacBook Pro. I recently purchased this because I previously had this Mosiso Hard Shell Case on my M1 MacBook Pro for probably about a year now. But the edges started to crack and it was just getting kind of flimsy and wasn't really working as far as protecting the MacBook Pro anymore. And so I recently purchased this through Amazon for about $16. And so we'll do in this video is first I'll show you the current case on my MacBook Pro, then I'll walk through installing the new case. As always, if you're interested in potentially purchasing this, I'll leave links in the description below. Okay, so before we go over unboxing and installing the new Mosiso case, I did want to go over my old one because I've currently had this on my MacBook Pro for about a year now. I've done prior videos on this, but the Mosiso case is basically a hard shell case that goes on the outside of your MacBook Pro. Will prevent it from kind of scratches, damage as far as that. I've gone through, I think this is going to be my third case for the MacBook Pro, and you'll find that consistently the same kind of thing happens over time as far as it breaking, and so I did want to highlight that in this video. But this is what the current case looks like. Basically what I find is that over time with routine use as far as putting it in my like soft sleeve case, the edges here on the corners will get caught and eventually they will crack in some form as far as like getting lifted up and cracking. And so basically you've seen that happen on one corner here where it's like partially lifted up, another one over here where it's basically like cracked all the way through here, and then more significantly on this corner here where it's basically like cracked and now it's extending all the way down and is completely flimsy on mine. The prior time I had the Mosiso case, something virtually identical happened. I didn't wait this long for it to crack this far before getting a replacement. But what you'll find is if you use a soft sleeve case like this, which I use in my work bag, as you slide the case in, what it tends to do is get caught on these corners here a little bit, and just through like doing that whatever hundreds of times or whatever, you find that it'll actually crack over time. So that's the reason why. But I personally would always use a soft sleeve case as far as preventing it from getting damaged in a bag. So it is what it is. It's just a case to protect your MacBook Pro. And when it cracks or has issues, you do want to replace it. One thing that I do want to mention is that I did have on my prior video somebody comment that they had the issue where after this cracked, it actually got stuck, like a piece of it got stuck in between the screen and the keyboard, and it actually cracked their screen. So just be cognizant of that. That if you start noticing damage or it cracking, you do want to replace it immediately, because if that gets caught underneath, it could crack the screen. But we'll take this the case off now, but basically this is what it looks like. So it's flimsy here, and this pretty much is broken. Somehow this corner hasn't had an issue, but that's the actual case. I don't remember what color this is. Might be this slate gray or something like that. But that's that. And then the bottom case actually is held up really well. So there are little bumpers and like rubber guards that have fallen off over time, but the like actual cushiony things that are here are still on. And the bottom case has virtually no damage, so we'll slide that off as well if it pops off. Okay. Yeah, so virtually no damage whatsoever on the bottom case. And then I haven't taken this case off in probably about a year. So this is what the M1 MacBook Pro looks like after having the case on for a year. And so as you can tell, there's really no damage. I'll have to wipe it down and clean it up, but no real damage whatsoever to it. So the case does protect it really well. It's just you have to be cognizant that it does break over time. The only other thing that I did want to mention is that they do, at least in the previous one, I don't know about this case that I recently purchased, they do provide a keyboard guard like this, which I use as well. Basically, it's just like a kind of rubber insert that goes directly over the keyboard, protects it from spills and stuff, and that's what the keyboard looks like. Over the time I've used it over the past year, I've actually never really had this fall off at all, so it does work pretty well from that standpoint. We'll have to see if the new case has that. And usually when you purchase this, they do have separate keyboard like inserts, because I have like the slide, or like the information bar at the top there, so it has a little gap here, versus other models do not have that. So depending on the model, they'll provide that with that. But that's it as far as a review of the prior case. Now what we'll do is we'll go through unboxing and installing the new one. Okay, so this is the new Mosiso case for the M1 MacBook Pro. You can currently get this on Amazon for about $16. This is going to be the royal blue color, but they have a wide variety of color options. I believe 43 different ones in total. So what we'll do is open this package here and just take a look at the actual case and what's provided. So first off, you're going to have the top case here, which is again vacuum sealed, and then you are going to have the bottom case alone, with little rubber inserts that go on the bottom here that prevent it from slipping. This case is actually a little bit different than the prior one. As I discussed, when I purchased this in the past through Amazon, it actually had the hard shell case on the top, the hard shell case on the bottom, the keyboard cover, and then an actual screen protector. So this time it's really just the case itself, which is okay because I have the keyboard cover and the screen protector ready. But just keep that in mind when you purchase it. Maybe I've just purchased a different model than I purchased in the past. But for the $16, you're really just getting the hard shell case. I'm gonna open up this top part with the vacuum sealing, and then we'll install this on the new. Okay, so now we'll walk through installing this on my MacBook Pro. So for the first part, we'll do the bottom part of the case. So the hard shell case is actually gonna have an indentation on the front where it opens on the front, and then venting system on the back. So that bottom part's pretty straightforward. But basically you'll just align the front of the MacBook Pro, the front here, and then slide it directly into place there. Now there's no inserts or securements on the front of this. What you have to worry about is on the back here, on the groove, or near the venting system, there's a little bit of these, like right here, there's a little lip that you have to click into place. And so what you want to do is just just press it forwards and make sure it clicks all the way. If you don't do that, it won't be secure and it'll fall off pretty easily. But that's all you have to do as far as securing it. And so that's the bottom part as far as getting it actually installed for that. So that's done there. Now the top part is a little bit different too. You would think that it's just a rectangle and you don't have to worry about a front or the back. But very similarly, it's hard to see on camera, but there's actually a little lip here right here on both the edges here, and that's actually going to go towards the front, versus if you look at the back side here, there is no lip here. So if you flip this around and you put the one without the lip on the front, this won't be secured. But what you want to do is just find the part that has the lip here, put that on the front like this, and then it'll just basically click into place. So what you do is just open this very carefully, slide it up towards the screen, and make sure it's secure all the way. And so it's secure there. And then on the back side here, just make sure it clicks all the way down. So right now it's lifted up a little bit. What you want to do is just click it, press, and have it click. And so very similarly, press and have it click on the other side. I think it's not all the way down. You don't want to be too aggressive with this, but you do have to press a little bit to get it actually to click. And so I don't remember this being as big a struggle as like the other times. I thought it was pretty straightforward as last times. So there. And so now it's clicked on. And so once it's clicked on, you don't have to worry about it. But basically, as you can tell here, it's pretty secure, no issues there. Same with the back there on the screen, and then very similarly on the bottom. And so this is what it looks like with the case. This is going to be the royal blue case. This is more of like a subtle like matte finish, and you can see that the emblem for the Apple logo does shine through the case, so it's partially clear. And so that's kind of the gist of it. But overall, as far as feedback, it's not a bad case. I've been using it for, I think the first case I had on for 2 years without any issues. This one was only a year this past time, but at $16, it's very affordable. It's a good way to protect your MacBook Pro as far as scratches and damage from that standpoint. And I always recommend using a soft shell sleeve case as well, just to protect it from like bangs and hitting it on something when it's in a bag or something like that. You can check out the video I have for the current case I have for that. But that's all I really have for this video. Hopefully it's helpful. Hopefully the feedback as far as like whether it has a keyboard cover, you know about, because this case didn't have it. But as far as installation, that's pretty straightforward too. It just slides onto the keyboard cover there. They might have a different listing through Amazon for that. I'll check it out. If that's the case, I'll put it in the link below as well. And then they do have, at least in the past, they had a, sorry, there's a bunch of things that popped up while we were messing with this. They do have a screen protector as well, which I actually have on here. But that installation, you can check out my other videos as well. But basically, you have to just clean the screen really well, make sure there's no dust, debris, anything like that. And then you'll install the screen protector directly on and kind of make sure that you don't have any kind of debris underneath it, because then you'll get bubbling and things like that. But that's all I have for this video. If you have questions, comments, post them below, but hopefully it was helpful. This is the Mosiso case for the M1 MacBook Pro. I believe this is for models like, I think, 2016 to 2024, but the listing does show you which models it is, so just verify that it fits with your model before purchasing. But thanks for watching and have a great day.